Welcome to Concordia Cafe, where curiosity brews, courage is on the menu, and conversations cross great divides. Liberty and justice come from different worlds. They hold different political convictions and come from different faith communities. They read different news. But what they share is a deep love for each other and a commitment to staying in the conversation. Each episode models skills for dialogue across difference, rooted in honesty, empathy, and hope. In today's episode, liberty and justice wrestle with the U.S. tariffs, how they affect working-class families, national identity, and the long-term economic survival. So as you watch, notice the skills in the conversation that include naming feelings and using personal story to foster understanding.
Hi, Liberty.
Hey there.
Thanks for being here today.
Of course.
Boy, do we have a topic today.
Really? Let's hear it.
The tariffs. Oh my goodness. Liberty, they're calling it Liberation Day.
Oh.
Tariffs that could hike up food prices, hurt small businesses, and they spin it like a parade. It's just, I don't even know why I'm surprised anymore. It feels like they throw out these flashy words, and it's always the same people who pay for it. People like my mom, who already gave more than anyone should have to.
I'm noticing how much energy this is bringing up for you. Would it feel okay if I guessed at what might be underneath?
Sure.
Maybe part of what's coming up is fear? Or frustration like you've seen this before, and you know where it leads?
Yeah. Fear. It's what it is. I didn't even realize that until you said it. When prices went up in 2008, my mom worked 3 jobs. I watched her break her back trying to stay afloat. We lost the house. And now, I see headlines like this, and it's like I'm right back there. I think what I'm feeling is fear and anger. And maybe underneath that, helplessness. Because what I needed back then, and what people still need now, is relief. I think they need a policy that helps them breathe instead of pushes them further down. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A longing for relief, for breathing room when everything feels like it's tightening.
Exactly. I just don't understand how tariffs would help that. When the poorest in our society are already spending so much of their income on basic needs, raising prices on imports just seems cruel.
So what I hear you saying is it feels like these tariffs are hitting the people with the least cushion, the least room to absorb more pressure. And that makes it feel unjust.
Yes.
Would it be okay if I shared how I see the tariffs? Not to argue, just so you know where I'm coming from.
Sure. I'd like to understand.
My family lost their jobs when the car factory shut down. It happened slowly first. The parts were outsourced, then the labor, then the whole thing disappeared. I'm not saying tariffs are perfect, but for us, they feel like a way to stand up to say American work matters.
That sounds heartbreaking. I imagine that kind of loss must have left you feeling dismissed, like the ground beneath you wasn't just economic, but personal.
Exactly. It wasn't just jobs, it was identity, community, and pride. That's why these tariffs feel symbolic. Like someone finally saying, "We haven't forgotten you." And just to explain more of the context, a lot of those parts started being made in Mexico, but by Chinese-owned factories. They get shipped into the US cheaply, which keeps costs low for companies, but puts American jobs at risk. That's part of how we ended up with a trade deficit that's more than doubled over the last few years. So from where I sit, this isn't just about economics, it's about being seen.
That's something I don't hear much about. I didn't realize how complex the supply chains were, or how they've been used in ways that hurt U.S. workers.
It's kind of wild, isn't it? We're both carrying pain, both hoping for something better for our families, for people who've been overlooked. I don't think it's just about one of us caring about the short term and the other the long term. Maybe it's more about how we imagine change happening. You want policies that bring immediate relief, lowering costs, protecting people now. I really respect that. And I'm drawn to solutions that aim to rebuild over time, like bringing jobs back and stabilizing communities. But underneath both, I think we're asking the same thing. Can someone fight for both of us, rather than pit us against each other?
That is such an important point. I really wish more of us could see each other like I felt seen by you today. And I want our leaders to work for all of us.
I really appreciated you sharing your story with me today. It really helped me understand why the tariffs are so scary for you.
You are so welcome.
We talked so much we didn't even drink our coffee.
Did you notice? Justice didn't name her fear right away, and Liberty didn't try to fix it. She asked permission to guess. According to nonviolent communication, when we take time to recognize feelings and check in gently, we begin to uncover the deeper needs underneath. Emotions are like doorways. When we meet them with empathy, we create connection and build safety. And in the world of bridge building, sharing personal stories is one of the most powerful ways we can invite listening, build empathy, and humanize complex issues. Naming emotions in real time doesn't derail the conversation, but instead it honors the humanity of the other person, and it deepens trust in the moment. So when we speak from experience instead of ideology, what we're doing is creating the conditions for empathy and open-hearted dialogue. Thank you so much for joining me at Concordia Cafe. If this episode moved you or helped you think differently, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber to my Substack. Your support helps me continue creating stories that can heal, connect, and build peace across difference. Next time on Concordia Cafe, Liberty and Justice will dive into one of the trickiest yet powerful skills in dialogue: naming and guessing unmet needs. You won't want to miss it. Until next time, may your conversations be brave, your listening be kind, and your coffee be strong. Keep practicing what it means to be human.